Alright, what's up everyone? It's time for game number 5, is it? Yeah, game number 5. So last time we did get a second place, so we earned a bit of points here, and let's see if we need a second or a first place for our next promotion here. Let's try to get it. Let's dive right in. Last episode I learned how to make my browser full screen. Well, I already knew how to do that, but it didn't occur to me to do that until, well, last episode, so we're gonna be full screen from now on. Alright, we got a game here. Udon across the way. A couple of queues to either side. Alright, we start in the north seat and we do have a pair of our seat wind. I see the potential of a Honitsu here. Not anymore. Alright, let's start by cutting west because it's come out twice already. This could just be Pay No Mi, which is okay. Could also be Riichi, now that we've picked up the Anko. Let's just go full efficiency here. Interesting. I'm gonna go headless here because I could get Sanshoku here, the 1, 2, 3. Or if I find a pair elsewhere, I can also just Riichi. Gonna cut that back. Well, now I'm thinking maybe I'll wait to Riichi this hand. I don't think I want a Chi for Tenpai here, because I think we can easily Tenpai closed. Oh, I'm gonna Kan. Alright. By Kanning, we do forego Sanshoku, but Kanning is fun. Now I'll open because Zedora, we can't accept Zedora here, but I'll happily Riichi. So Riichi Suji Trap on the 2-mon, which is the new Dora, so not sure if the Qs will be cutting Dora. I mean Suji's into a Riichi. We'll have to see how they play. So far everyone's cut a Genbutsu, so perhaps they'll fold with a Suji. It's a promising sign. Alright. Tuso. Well, now they're all cutting live tiles. Yeah, all of them cut a live tile. So while on the Ipatsu turn it seemed like everyone was folding, now I'm not so sure. Alright. We have a lot of Fu here. A closed con of the north is 32 Fu. So it's gonna be close to Mangan, pretty much Mangan. If we Tsumo here, Riichi Tsumo. Well, if we run. If we Tsumo, it's always Mangan, because Riichi Tsumo paid Dora 1, but on run, Riichi paid Dora 1 with all that Fu. It's 370 for Mangan. No sign of 2-mon though.
Go.
Wow. The dealer was Tenpai in the end. They chose Tudama for some reason. I would have just sent the Riichi, considering the Kan on the table, and if you're not folding, could have gotten a lot more value out of that. But, of course, we're glad we didn't deal in there. But at the same time, it's sad we couldn't win our hand. Move on to East 1, Honba 1 since the dealer repeat 4-man is the Dora here. We're looking at a fairly standard hand here, nothing too crazy. We're not holding any Dora, which is a bit sad, but you can't always have them. I'm gonna cut 9-man here. It doesn't cut any acceptance here in terms of the 8-man that is next to it, and keeping the floating 8-so for potentially something else. But now I'll cut it because we completed this shape and we're each on 10 now. If we pick up the 3-man, we can get Pinfu here. Otherwise, we can Suji trap for Riichi Nomi. So our opponents have proven to not really care about Suji or defense for that matter. At least hand number 1, I'm not gonna make assumptions for the rest of the game just yet. We pick up the Dora. We'll switch to better shape here. Alright, our hand is slightly better now. We tempai on the 3, 5, or 8-man. Guess we also tempai on 6-man and 1 pin, so... But of course we'd rather have the... This is interesting, but I'm not gonna keep it, because otherwise we may have to cut the Dora. I want to use the Dora. Across the way we have a couple of pawns. Got the 5-so pretty early though, so I'm not sure if it's I don't really see it as a Honitsu. I think it's more likely to be a Toy or perhaps just Yakuhai East here. We pick up the East. I think I'm gonna fold because they seem pretty tempai over there. Although, how much value could they have if it's East and they've already cut 2 Dora? If it's Toy, I guess in addition to East, it could be pretty expensive, but it could also just be East, and that's it. Of course, it's a bit dangerous against Toy, but I'm gonna assume the guy just needs East. Oh, he does not. Just cuts it right back. Alright, we're back at Toy perhaps. You know, so let's be careful. Alright, all the 5-mans comes out. I don't think I'm gonna... By this point, I think I'm gonna just call for K10. Because I don't think I can draw the tempai myself. There's less and less tiles available of it. And we would have just drawn a Hatsu that was a Tsumogiri there. Excuse me? They must have misclicked. They must have misclicked. That's so interesting. They must have drawn the East and cut it right back. I can only assume that was a misclick. Not really sure what happened there, but let's just give the person the benefit of the doubt and call it a misclick. They definitely did not mean to cut that East. And there was Toy also, waiting on Haku and the 7-man, which were out there somewhere. Alright, East 2, Honba 2, the Dora is south and we have a pair of it, which is very good. However, we don't have any other Yaku that could open the hand. Well, I say that, but I see the 7, 8, 9 Sanshoku. So I think, now that I mentioned that, I will open if I get the 9 pin. Try to pawn the Dora as well for the Sanshoku Dora 3. That seems like a pretty good plan. Alright, we'll make another pair. Chitoitsu is a possibility as well. Let's see how the hand develops going forward. That's a hard tile to get. Tempting. Alright, I will chi. Let's commit to this Sanshoku. We got a Riichi here. Alright, 4-mon is, 4-so is Nakasuji. And so is 6-so. Alright, let's start with 4-so. One so safe. Ah, they sumo. Alright, we're waiting on 3-6 spin. Riichi sumo ura. 1k, 2k with the 2 homba there. We move on to East 3. We're looking down on a fairly bad hand. Does have a completed shape and a pair, but nothing much aside of that. No Dora, no great shapes. We do have a floating 5-mon, which could become something, so let's keep it for now. We do pair up a Yakuhai here, which is one way to speed up the hand. However, we still have no value, so let's proceed with a bit of caution. There's a very early Riichi from the dealer. So I think we just try to fold here with Haku Haku. There's a pause, but thankfully it's not a deal. The opponent crossed away and they deal in. They decided to push their Haku over there and deal into 12,000. I think I'm trying to find like usually what I'm trying to do to put on the title of each of these videos, something like a one-liner that sort of may grab people's attention about something that happened in the game. Like in last episode I put Toi Toi Chinitsu Baiman because my opponent in that game won that hand, and you don't see that every day. It's kind of exciting. People like seeing big hands sometimes. And maybe I'll find something to say about this game as well to put in the title. Something that comes to mind already is whether my opponent misclicked, and then they ended up poning right after. And got the 4-pin there, keep the Dora. In case we Tenpai on 8-mon, I'll consider Dora Tanki. I'm gonna cut that back. So I guess if we end up promoting this game, it's something of note also that could happen. Could take this Riichi no Mi here. It's not stellar. I don't think I will. Let's hold on. Let's make use of this Dora. I believe I can. I'm gonna decline this Tenpai. There's an argument, I think, maybe for taking it, because it doesn't look like people want tiles around this shape. When the 7-mon came out, who knows if it would have come out into my Ipatsu though. Yeah, this guy knows better than that, maybe. I don't really know. I can't really tell with these beginner players. Sometimes, but... give him, again, the benefit of the doubt and say they probably wouldn't have cut 7-mon into my Ipatsu.
Each.
Tsumogiri Riichi across the way. Alright, well, I'm chasing.
Each.
I've got a good weight. And I've got a Dora. And I'm chasing on a fairly safe tile. No, they cut the door into the Ipatsus, and unfortunately I'm not waiting for that one. It is a shape around it, but not quite the Dora itself. Usually when somebody Tsumogiri Riichis, it means one of two things. Either they have a ton of value, or they have a bad weight. Usually it's a bad weight, and they just sort of gave up on trying to find an improvement. Alright, dealer deals in there. This instance, it wasn't a bad wait. It was painful. I don't know why they chose to wait. It seems like a fine Riichi to take. Why they chose to wait and then Tsumogiri after, not sure why. I think while we remain in Ipan, I'm not gonna try to make very deep reads into my opponent's behavior, because a lot of the time you're dealing with beginner players, because it's the lowest ranks here. It could be very casual beginner players who don't put much thought into the game and they just wanna, you know, queue for an online game and sort of, you know, play to build some hands, you know. Oh, you find players like that. You may still find players like that in the second room in Jokyu, but maybe less so, a bit less so. I'll go ahead and confirm my shapes here. I've got all the shapes I need. It's looking like a Pinfu here. Potential Sanshoku, but it's not too likely. I'll keep the south as a safe tile. Sort of advance my hand with all my 5 blocks.
Each.
Still, even though, you know, Ipan player behavior may not be so predictable, I'm still, you know, to train myself and to sort of get in the habit of looking at my opponents and what they're trying to figure out what they're doing. I'm gonna still try to do it until I get out of big blind. I'm not gonna go to save tile there. We are Ishanten on Ryanmen. And as the dealer, I think I will chase if I tempai. Not got that just yet, though I think I will cut it if I tempai. Wanzo is kind of crazy. But these guys have been proving not to be the folding kind. Right, we can shift here. Got some safe tiles into Tempai, the 9-man and the 8-man. Suso is insane. I don't know. These guys are trying very hard to deal in. It should be okay. Alright, 7-man comes out, so I can still pursue my hand safely.
Go!
Alright. Wow. The guy was Chinitsu Tenpai. I actually couldn't have guessed that, huh? It doesn't look like that. I guess that's one way to pursue your hand. We're in South Round now. The Dora is 6-0. We do have one of them and a Yakuhai pair. I think I'll be pointing the south as soon as it comes out and hope to connect the Dora with somebody. I mean, with another tile. In other client news, the Light Core's Recoil collaboration on Riichi City is going to be happening in 3 days as of the time I'm recording this video. It may actually already be out by the time you're watching this on YouTube because I'm not uploading these videos the same day I record them. So pretty soon you should be seeing on my channel some video about that collab because it is pretty hype. I think I want to document it. Talk about, you know, maybe we can see the characters, the banner. Maybe roll the gacha, see if we can get some of the new characters, maybe some new decorations. And I can talk a bit about Riichi City, maybe we can play a game. Ideally, I'll get one of the collab characters and then I can equip it and then we can queue into a game with one of those characters as our avatar. Should I cut the door right here? Yes, no, maybe. Alright, let's cut it.
Each.
They also decided to cut the door and wow. Across the way is looking a bit dangerous there. I think I'm going to cut June. I don't have much in terms of safety here. Alright. Well, I decided to cut my pair of souths because I think it's the best I got. And thankfully, it was Mochi Mochi there. But not a run. Just a pawn. One pin comes out though, so I have something else to cut. I will take the chi. There is a chance to get Tenpai here and cutting the one pin pair over Tanyao without risking picking up something else. That doesn't give me Tenpai. Alright, there's only one 3-so left. I don't know if I want to pursue this. Alright, that does it. I think my opponents have mostly been dealing into each other here. I've sort of just been watching as they deal into each other. Which is fine. I think if you're playing low ranks, if you play against very aggressive players, I think it's okay to take a passive role and sort of fold a lot, unless you have a great hand, and just let them deal into each other. And if that happens a lot, you're bound to come in not last, which is again the goal here. Alright, South 1, repeat 1. We have Pair of the South. Being that we're so close to second place, I will be trying to win any hand. Pick up that Homba.
Home.
The Pawn of the Chun from the dealer.
Home.
And the Pawn of the West from the West seat. If they want to give me my South, I'll pawn it as well. Alright, we pick up the Dora.
Chi.
It's interesting. We could upgrade the shape. Or we can keep the Dora.
Home.
I'll start by cutting 9 pin, which gets pawned. I could pursue this hand. I don't know how aggressive that would be.
Home.
Guess I will for now. Just try to go straight forward here. I'm not sure if I can cut 6 and 7 pin. They seem a bit dangerous. I'm hoping somebody else opens that door. That's one of them. think I'll just cut this back. Seems like the safest path forward here. I'm gonna take that. They decide to pawn anyway. Alright, we would have made an uncle there, but that's okay.
Chi.
They're just going at it. I'm choosing not to advance my hand because at this point I don't think I can cut 6 pin or 7 pin. I think they deal in for sure to somebody. I think I'm out. I will once again stand back and maybe they'll deal into each other again.
Sumo.
6 pin would have dealt into that guy. Almost 1k, 2k. Close the Honba. Move on to south 2, the door is south. Alright, I see a 7-8-9 Sanshoku chance. Okay. Let's fix this Ryumen shape. The 1 pin is our pair. And we're looking at the Ryumen Ryankan Ishanten perhaps. Or Ryumen. Let's fix the pair right now. I'm not too sure about this. Obviously it's better to keep a Ryumen in terms of weights, but I don't want to give up on the 789 Sanshoku just yet. Though, okay, if I pick up a 6 pin or man, I think, or the 6-0 itself of course, I think I'm gonna give up on that with Sanshoku. But for now, I'll keep it open. And if I do pick up a 9 man or pin first, I think I will cut 4-so. Even if we do have a chance of ending up in a worse weight, it does still give us a chance of Sanshoku. Across the way here, not a lot of Sozu being cut. Some middle tiles, maybe they're the closest to Tenpai here. This guy only cutting honors and terminals, not too sure what they're doing. They might be far away from Tenpai still. This guy over here starting to cut middle tiles as well. Alright, Pon makes me think Toy Toy there. With a Yakuhai, it seems. They've very quickly called 3 times. I'm not gonna try to open my hand for Sanshoku no Mi. That doesn't seem to do a lot for me at this point. Second place is slightly farther away, so I think we should try to make more value.
Riichi.
Alright, we have a no information Riichi here. Alright, I do have some safe tiles though, so I should just stay out of the way. Presuming the dealer is not gonna back out of this fight. Pause on the 8. Alright. Wow, they decided to go Hadaka Tanki there. I'm just going to fully fold here. Alright, it's not 8 mon.
Long.
It is 7 pin though. Big hand there from the dealer. Brings us a lot closer to second now. However, 4th place is also just 1,000 points away. So it becomes a much closer game. South to Humba 1, the Dora is 1 pin. We have 1 pin, but yeah, not too great. Of some shapes though, maybe Chito is the most likely scenario here. We'll see what happens. Alright, we don't have a callable hand. I'm just gonna turn off no calls. Alright. Maybe not Chitoy. Though it's hard to tell still. We reached the end of row 1 and we're nowhere near Tempai here, so I think it's gonna be a fold. Should really cut the Dora now before it becomes much of a liability.
Riichi.
And we do see a Riichi across the way. He's just pretty okay. I guess now that I look at it more in detail, the best cut there is 9 so because we see 2 out, we're holding 2, and it's Suji, so it can't possibly be a dealing tile. Whereas the East could still be a Hellweight Cheetoy or something, though it's not looking like it's a Cheetoy hand based on those discards. I think Suji there's the best I got. I can't see anything better unless I'm missing something. Alright. Pick up a safe tile there. I'd say it's fairly important to be very defensive, especially against the dealer, and especially when it's already south too, and the points are so close. You don't want to deal into 12,000 and be deep in last, with not very many hands left to recover. Sumo?
Sumo.
Yeah, they got it. Dora Tanki. 4K all. Big hand there, no longer so close. Just between me and this guy over here fighting for our lives. Right. Since not stellar, this guy chooses to cut west for the Sufu Renda. I'm very okay with it. They don't do it. Not sure if they had it, but chose not to. We'll see. No. If they caught west from inside the hand there, we could have been pretty sus about it. Do we want to con now? Why not?
Kan.
Try to draw more useful tiles. There's obviously an argument to not conning there and waiting to have a better hand, but it's fine. Well, maybe there's not much point keeping the floating 2-mon here, but Alright. Riichi on 10 here. With my con, hoping to call Riichi, of course. We do have plenty of Fu as well. And chances for Uridora. Alright, can we Tenpai this turn? Yes, we can. Not the Tenpai I wanted, but I think to put pressure on everyone, I'm gonna go ahead and just hit it. Not sure if that's right. Probably we could have got 8-pin there and try to fish for a better Tenpai, but with a con on the table, maybe it's okay. Alright, second place seems to be folding. We do have a chase across the way, which is unfortunate. My weight is not so great. Here's hoping somebody tries to fold with that 8-pin. Last 8-pin. Oh, and we have another chase. Thankfully, we're just drawn east. Hopefully, we don't deal in here. I'd love to win my hand, but it's not looking too likely. Alright, somebody else is the victim here. Dealing to Mangan, we are in last place now, unfortunately, but it's not so unattainable to get out of last. We're only 3,600 points behind third. It's been kind of a crazy game. Seems like they keep... My opponents just keep dealing into each other's big hands. We did have a big sumo here. Across the way as well, but other than that, I think it's just been big dealings into each other. While we sort of just stayed out of the way. Alright, we pick up a shape here that accepts the Dora.
Home.
We fill that. Fill that one. Maybe we'll start by cutting 8mon here. We do need a pair, so we could cut down this shape into a pair. Ooh, that's even better. Riichi Pin Fudora 1 would get us out of last. Alright, we're Riichi on 10 here. I'll confirm my pair. Ryanmen, Ryankan, Ishanten. I wish I could chi that. I'll go ahead and cut that back. Maybe 7 so it's harder to get. Not sure. Probably the same odds of getting it as 3 so, but keeping 3 so, the 2 so around gives us a very distant chance at a 2, 3, 4 Sanshoku if we can sort of upgrade this one, but once again, I wish I could call, but as it stands, my hand cannot be opened. And we Tenpai on our own. Triple Dora comes out. It's unfortunate.
Sumo.
Alright, they just win before we have a chance, and it's a big hand there. Glad we didn't deal in. Alright, we had a pretty nice hand, I think, so I was probably gonna pursue it, so thankfully. Alright. The dealer wins, so it's still South 3. Still the same number of points away from third. Second place is farther away now. Ah, that sucks. Maybe I should have started with 7mon and sort of like half commit to the flush, but I don't know. Honitsu Nomi's not ideal. Alright, we do pick up another Sozu. So this could be Cheat Toy, Honitsu, It's a shame about the north. Maybe I should have seen that line from the start. Not gonna open just yet. That's a nice pickup. It's a shame because if we had kept the north, we would have been Tempai right now, but maybe we can find a way still. It's early. We just have to draw some more useful tiles. More useful tiles. Alright, come on wall, show me green. That is green. Very cool. Alright. Let's go to one of the dragons.
Home.
And that is Tempai.
Each.
Let's hit it.
Home.
Riichi City does bring us to Mangan. A couple of dragon pairs or dragon pawns across the way. Thankfully, to the two whites out means no Daisangen. Shosangen at worst. Seems like they might want to collect Pinzu, so maybe they'll give us our Sozu winning tile. And that's our tile. Alright, that should put us firmly in third place going into all last. Which is pretty good. It is our dealership as well. Maybe there's a fighting chance for us. And we have a pretty nice hand here with two completed shapes, some Ranmins. No Dorado, but that's okay. We are the dealer, so happily win. Alright, our opponent in last place has chosen to disconnect in Rage. This is something you see fairly frequently in Ippon. Players who don't, care that much about their account because they're pretty low ranked, or maybe they just don't care about this client that much. So if they're in a losing position towards the end of the game, they will just disconnect. As we advance through the rooms, Jokyo and above, you'll see that happening less and less. In Tokujou, which is our end goal, the third room, this should never happen. I don't think I've ever seen anyone play Tokujou and face a disconnected player who may have rage quit. By then, people have invested too much time into their accounts, and they know that, Mahjong is a game where making a comeback is not impossible, even in all last. So they don't disconnect. Here in Ippon, we're bound to see it sometimes. Alright, we're in Riichi here for our Riichi Dora, no Dora, sorry, it's just Riichi Nomi. But it's a nice Janmen weight and it is our dealership, so we're going to be looking to continue. Alright, we do get our winning tile. Any Uradora? Ah, beautiful, that's Ura too. And suddenly we're just 2,300 points from first. So, alright, with our disconnected player here, we're just gonna fight and try to win the game. Alright, we pair up the east. Quite good. Going straight forward here.
Home.
Alright, we do have a pawn of the south across the way. No sign of the east wind just yet. So there's no one or two of them in the disconnected player's hand. No way we can tell, obviously. Alright, Ishanten. We are Tenpai. I'm gonna Riichi.
Riichi.
Ah, that's unfortunate. Because if we pick up that red 5, then we can Dama.
Sumo.
Oh, they sumo. No. Okay. Unfortunately, it's a third place. Not the outcome we wanted. The Riichi wouldn't have made a difference here. Not reaching wouldn't have made a difference. They sumo anyway, puts him at 30. We're at 33-4, and I would be at 31-1, so... rather unfortunate, you know, when the scores are so close, well, you hope you can win it, or at least come in second, and we did just need a second place for that promotion, but you know, fourth avoidance, that's all that matters here, fourth avoidance, and we have so far still, you know, managed to avoid fourth in this account since we opened it, a bunch of third places in the first and the second. So let's hope the streak continues and we'll try again next time to promote to 8Q. Alright, thank you guys for watching Game 5 and stay tuned for the next one.